So all tokens, all real world asset tokens are virtual and digital assets. So one digital token is like one share, but that one share will be written through a smart contract on blockchain. So in traditional finance, Pakistan is practicing the traditional finance, the central bank role, the central regulatory role, and the governments of that respective country has control and regulation over the finance. So real world assets like real estate, gold, commodities, metals, sovereign assets, currencies, even stocks and shares, these are the real world assets which can be tokenized.
Hello and welcome to another episode of All Things Money. I'm your host Fatima Attarwala and my guest today is Naeem Khanani, CEO of DigiEstate. Hello sir, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much Fatima and Dawn Media for inviting and providing this opportunity.
Well, what I look forward to the conversation today is, as we were talking off camera, the evolution from TradeFi to DeFi. But I think before we dig into tokenization and REITs and how we can regulate the crypto ecosystem, I would like to know, what is DigiEstate?
So DigiEstate is Pakistan's first real-world asset tokenization platform and issuer operating under SCCP sandbox. And Alhamdulillah, we recently won HPL ICT Pasha Award. We were nominated at Epicta Award in Taiwan, and we are working with National University of Singapore, NYU University in Taiwan, and a couple of other academic blockchain and computer science labs to work on real-world asset tokenization.
What is real-world asset tokenization? Very simple terms. So can the government take a road and turn it into and tokenize it? Like, is that a real-world asset tokenization?
Before talking on the real-world asset tokenization, we should understand first what is TradFi and DeFi. So in traditional finance, Pakistan is practicing the traditional finance, the central bank role, the central regulatory role, and the governments of that respective country has control and regulation over the finance. So like State Bank of Pakistan is a regulator, SCCP is a regulator for securities. But if we see that DeFi, in the decentralized finance, there is no such regulator. The regulatory is done by DAO. The DAO is a mechanism. Decentralized autonomous organization is a mechanism built on the consensus, and based on consensus they decide the rules and regulations. So Pakistan is moving ahead from TradeFi to centralized finance on chains, on this kind of programmable economy. So world is now passing through the traditional economy to the programmable economy. The programmable economy are based on various distributed ledger technologies, blockchain. And blockchain and Web3 are new emerging technologies which are the part and parcels of programmable economy and DeFi and the central exchanges. When I say central exchange, like Binance is central exchange. The Coinbase is central exchange. So these are central exchanges governed by the rule books and regulations set by Binance or Coinbase or HTX. So these are the exchanges where the cryptos can be traded. Now come to the real world assets. So real world assets like real estate, gold, commodities, metals, sovereign assets, currencies, even stocks and shares, these are the real world assets which can be tokenized. What is token? Token is basically a fraction, is a share. But in a digital world, the share or the token will be recorded at digital ledger, distributed ledger, which provides the immutability, which provides the transparency, and which provides the benefit to the investor that this cannot be duplicated, replicated, or no fraudulent scheme can be made if we compare with other categories or other assets.
So, for example, when you have stocks, when you have a company and everybody who buys one stock becomes a part of a shareholder of that company. So, can we understand tokenization of real world assets in a similar manner? For example, if there is a real world asset such as a road, and then that becomes tokenized. So every person buying one token, does that they also have an ownership of that road?
So to make a very simple conversation, I will start first. The real estate is a very good example for real world assets tokenization. For example, we have an apartment of 1500 square feet. So 1 square feet can be one fraction and can be converted 1 square feet as 1 token. So 1 digital token is like 1 share, but that 1 share will be written through a smart contract on blockchain, so that then 1 square feet undivided share on that property cannot be transferable to anyone, and that all those smart contracts will be published on all nodes. So these nodes are kept with regulators and other node handlers, and yes, that can be possible. So this is the private property. For sovereign property, for example, if we have airport or we have any motorway or any road or any school or any public college or anything, we can divide into tokens, and the token holder can get yield. For example, the rental yield per token can be yielded or staked through the investors. So, for example, if we give a office building or a school building or any building to the tenant will pay the rent, and the rent can be divided
among all the token holders.
Among the old token holders. And all those token holders are the beneficial owners of the property, and they will get the yield of in shape of rent. For private properties, the capital appreciation of their property can also be yielded and passed on to the investors, so they can get benefit of rental yield as well as the capital appreciation both.
So again, if I were to compare it to the Pakistan stock market, you have capital gains when the stock price goes up, and then you have dividends. So similarly, you have yields over here, and you have potential capital gains. Now, I have 2 questions. My first question is this: historically, Pakistan's investment ratios have been very low. So while tokenization and REITs increase the investing avenues for investors, why should they choose any token, any real world asset token? Like, what is the benefit to them? And secondly, right now this is not regulated, so we have no idea what tax rates could be there. So could you give me an example of what kind of tax regime could be imposed on tokenization?
I would first touch that why should tokens. So in Pakistan Stock Exchange, there are around 400,000 registered investors.
Which is a very small percentage in a very big population.
Yeah. After the decades of this, we have only 400,000. But you know that as per chain analysis, the 30 to 40 million crypto wallet users in Pakistan. The age bracket of, let's say, they are millennials, Gen Z and Alpha generation. They have.
So Gen Alpha has started investing in crypto in Pakistan as well.
Yeah.
So we are talking teenagers now.
Yeah. But these millennials, Gen Z and Alpha, they are not in Pakistan Stock Exchange. They are not invested in Pakistan Stock Exchange.
Millennials might be. Fewer Gen Zs, definitely not Gen Alphas.
Yeah, you're right. So to target them, they already have 30 to 40 million crypto wallets. So to tap them and to target them, the real world asset tokens, which are less speculative, which has the real world asset in back, and very less speculation in this real world asset tokenization. So we government of Pakistan or Pakistan private ecosystem to target these generations and to convert their wallets with real world assets. So right now 30 or 40 million wallet users, they are using cryptocurrencies. They are trading, they are exchanging cryptocurrency, not real world assets. So if we provide the conducive environment to offer real world asset tokens. For example, the token of gold, token of silver, token of real world asset, token of sovereign assets. For example, Karachi airport or any airport or shipyard or any other asset, motorway, the public infrastructure can be tokenized and can be traded at exchanges in the shape of digital assets. So these tokens are digital assets. So the new category is emerging. The new asset class is virtual assets and digital assets. So all tokens, all real world asset tokens are virtual and digital assets. For example, real estate token of any property, like in Dubai, the Burj Khalifa tokens are being traded.
So and how popular are they?
This is a very emerging thing. Recently, the Mark also introduced Pripco and tokenized property. The Mark visited Pakistan and offered to tokenize Pakistan's sovereign and private tokenization. And DigiEstate is also doing the same, that we are ready for tokenizing the real estate, the sovereign assets, which are sovereign public infrastructures like even railway tracks can be tokenized.
So which assets in particular is DigiEstate?
So DigiEstate mandate is very, very limited. We are only allowed by regulator to tokenize only 300 million PKR worth of property and to accredited investors with the custody of Central Depository Company and escrow agent with Central Depository Company with escrow bank.
So rupees 300 million is a very small amount.
Yeah, but since this is in a sandbox, now we can scale up.
So for that rupees 300 million, what properties have you assessed?
So since we offered 300 million cap properties, so we selected the REIT property, which is a part of Arif Habib Dolman REIT, the Globe Residency. Since REIT properties are highly governed and with oversight, so this kind of asset is good for investors, and we selected one property under REIT and two private properties. One is from CDA and another one is from Karachi. So these properties divided for tokens as digital assets, virtual assets, and all these properties are held and mortgaged with the Central Depository Company, and the token, all tokens will be resided at Central Depository Company as custodian.
Have REITs been popular in Pakistan? Like, what has been the uptake for REITs?
So I believe that since last year, 2025 and 2026 will be the very, we are at the inflection point now. So we are getting traction now. So a couple of REITs are in pipeline, and IPOs of REITs will be placed at Pakistan Stock Exchange this year. So REIT is getting popularity after a decade or so.
Because REITs and ETFs, they've both been around for some time, but the uptake, the appetite in investors has not been very high.
Yeah, but now the people are aware that what are the advantages and what are the key advantages, and the key advantages plus the liquidity. The stock exchange is providing liquidity. So if you want to sell your REIT units, you can sell it easily. But if you want to sell your property in the market, which is not very much liquid, so your capital will be stuck. So either REIT or real estate tokens, they provide the liquidity, high liquidity. So coming back to the real world assets, the real world assets and their tokenization as digital assets and virtual assets, and then exchanges. The exchanges creates the private, the secondary market. The primary market being created by issuer through tokenization of real world assets. But secondary market provides liquidity.
The secondary market is when an investor sells to an investor. So if you do not have a strong secondary market, there's no point for an investor to invest in it.
That's right.
So what scope do you see for a secondary market?
We are thinking that secondary market, the creation of secondary market will be the game changer for the Pakistan, not only for real estate, private real estate sector, but sovereign level real estate too, which includes infrastructure. So all infrastructure, all highways, motorways, schools, colleges, even a public transport fleet can be tokenized, And in Michigan, there is the digital finance institution which is doing research on public infrastructure tokenization. So as far as the Pakistan real estate sector, the Pakistan real estate sector is very much ready for real estate tokenization. As I told you that we have only mandated for 300 million. But fortunately, we got responses and EOIs from the real estate investors, the Abad approved vendors, close to 48 billion rupees. So 48 billion rupees assets worth of assets are under management are ready for tokenization. With so as the distribution channels. So we are planning to offer these tokens after getting approved our sandbox to next phase and getting license for commercialization. So you can buy real estate tokens through your mobile app.
So we have Pakistan Stock Exchange for stocks and Pakistan Mercantile Exchange for commodities. What will be the platform for tokenized real-world sovereign assets?
So recently, in July 2025, Pakistan Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority has been promulgated, and now it will be part of the act, and the exchange for this new asset class will be allowed to trade all kinds of real world asset tokens in the form of virtual asset, digital assets, and the cryptos, all cryptocurrencies, either Bitcoin or USDT or USDC or you name it. So this ecosystem is evolving, and luckily the Pakistan Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority is comprising of all regulators like SCCP, SBP, Ministry of IT, Law Ministry, and other all relevant quarters are part of this larger umbrella, so that they can complete their regulatory framework. So recently, PIVARA has introduced the NOC guidelines for exchanges and brokerage and custodians. In the next round, we believe that they will announce NOCs for real world asset tokenization issuer and other categories related with real world asset tokenization.
So PIVARA is the Pakistan Virtual Regulatory Authority for digital assets, and NOCs are no objection certificates. So clearly the regulatory authority is on the way of regulating, but right now I think the latest news is Binance, HTX and Coinbase had signed MOUs for tokenization of assets. So would it be that sometime down the road, an average, say me, I want to buy a token of the railway, so I can go to Binance and buy a Pakistan Railways token. So sometime in the future, 2 years, 5 years from now, do you think that's a reality?
It can be done. Right now, they signed MOU with PIVARA, and after NOC, they will get license. Once they will get license, and government will allow, and State Bank of Pakistan will accept the crypto as eligible foreign exchange or currency. So then you can start your account and maintain your account with Binance, HTX or any other exchange which is allowed by PIVARA. So these are in the first phase, the cryptocurrencies can be exchanged and allowed. In second case, when government will allow, then real world asset tokenization of private real estate, then sovereign state, and I would like to throw some light on the key potential of Pakistan tokenization of minerals. So minerals and ores can be tokenized, and we can invite, like Rikodig is very popular all across the world. So other mines are also available and can be tokenized. So government of Pakistan is also considering that the tokenization of ores and metals and minerals through this real world asset tokenization framework, and these can be traded through exchanges at PIVARA, listed with PIVARA. So PIVARA will be the regulator, like SCCP the regulator for Pakistan Stock Exchange, SBP is the regulator for all banks and financial institutions. So PIVARA will be the regulator for all digital and virtual assets, including currencies, the cryptocurrencies, and virtual assets and digital assets.
So right now, I mean, we are talking long term. Right now, if you go to PIVARA's website, it's more of a coming soon, under maintenance kind of stage. but say it's 10 years down the road and Recotech has been tokenized and Pakistan Railways has been tokenized and it's all being traded on Binance. So wouldn't there be a concern that international investors, American, Danish, Indians, in fact, could be able to buy sovereign assets through Binance, which is not a Pakistani company? Are those concerns that are being addressed or being discussed?
I think this will create a new channel for attracting digital foreign direct investment to Pakistan. So we believe that in the shorter run, 5 to 10 billion US dollar or 5 to 10 billion worth of crypto assets in shape of USDT and USDC can be channelized into sovereign fund.
So that's more than the IMF program that we are
so
under.
That's why the PIWARA progress is very much appreciated. You know that in July last year they made an ordinance. They have now issued NOC in December, and their progress is very much promising. So probably government is looking after this avenue to create minimum 5 to 10 billion dollars, inviting the assets, inviting the interest from the Pakistani non-resident Pakistanis and other foreigners to buy tokens either from sovereign assets of Pakistan, either from Recotech or other mines which are coming up, or the real estate in Pakistan in private sector, and the metals, and even stock exchange shares or private limited shares can be tokenized. So in the world, the private limited companies shares are also tokenized and being tokenized. So
what will be the difference between a share and a tokenized asset of a company?
Both are different asset classes. The share is a security, and the security, the shares qualifies the all tests of securities. The tokens can be security token and utility token, both. So security token is being treated as a security, and utility token is not a security. So utility tokens can be listed at PIWARA exchanges. So currently, the Companies Act 2017, we are missing the definition of fraction or token or virtual asset or digital asset. So government is trying to get included either in the Companies Act or any other statutory law how to treat the token. So right now, token is not classified under security or any other asset class, but through this ordinance, they have defined that virtual and asset class is a separate class. But how to treat them? So we are waiting for the further regulations from the PIWARA. So sooner or later, we will get the clarity on this subject. And after that, the tax implications. The tax implications from such tokens, the capital gains, the showing of such tokens in the wealth statement, this can be finalized through FBR and other regulatory tax policy matters, which I think government will be announcing soon. How to treat.
What has been other countries' experience in taxing tokens or cryptocurrencies?
So there are a couple of examples. For example, El Salvador, they are promoting virtual assets and digital assets. So there is no tax on virtual assets and digital assets in El Salvador. But in our neighboring countries, one of our neighboring countries is taking 30% capital gain. So this is very discouraging for investor. So it depends how government will. Government should have a very balanced approach, neither 0 nor 30. So midway ground.
30% is quite normal for companies in Pakistan to pay. I mean, with the super tax and everything, 30% is not that high. So I can imagine very easily.
But 30 to 40 million crypto users, they are not paying a single penny tax.
They are not paying. Yep.
And you want to, if you want to
incentivize them being formalized,
and you want to formalize them from gray to green. So gray to green, you have to give some amnesty, you have to give some incentive. Otherwise, if you will make tax more than 10% or so, they will not come from gray to green, and they will operate and they will find out their own ways and means.
Which is what's happening in the economy generally. I mean, you have a very big informal sector because the formal sector is shrinking because the taxes are so high.
That's
I
right.
know so many companies that offer, okay, see, you're making this much, but you're paying this much tax. Come to us, we will pay you less, but we won't tax you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, anybody would prefer to go to such a company and not pay that tax. So, even the formal sector is coming to an informal sector. And if they were to tax 30 to 40 million crypto account holders who are already operating without tax, and obviously,
So the
we
tax
know.
implication and the tax policy for this new regime is make and break. So if government will make this balanced approach, so we can maintain 30 to 40 million crypto
30 to 40
volatility.
million, even if we get 10% of that, even if we get like 3 million, that's many times more than the account holders of Pakistan Stock Exchange.
That's right. That's
So,
right. That's right.
the potential is there, but then we keep talking about Pakistan's potential. Record Dig, there's potential. CPEC, there's potential. There's so much potential. Tourism, there's potential. But historically, the potential has not really materialized a lot for Pakistan. So when we're talking about crypto and we're talking about stable coins and tokenization, do you think this potential will materialize?
So the programmable, I would say the programmable economy, Pakistan is ready for programmable economy, and the PWARA, the commencement of PWARA is a start of Pakistan heading to programmable economy. What programmable economy is? Programmable economy is getting ready for DeFi and decentralized finance, and to provide the larger investor and larger base of investors to invest into digital assets, into virtual assets, into real world asset tokenization. So Pakistan is getting ready, and Pakistan is almost ready to make a quantum leap soon. And if we will be succeeded, then IMF will no more require in a future terms. So
We can always hope for that. But there are also red flags. For example, FATF and FATF compliance. We have a very checkered history of compliance, and Malik Bastan, who heads the exchanges, he recently raised a red flag that $800 million has an estimated $800 million is no longer in the system that's been going on. It's possible that it went through crypto and it can be sponsoring for CFT, counter finance, for terrorism, or for anti-money laundering. So when we talk about AML and we talk about FAT requirements, and when we talk about crypto and we talk about tokenization, isn't there an increased risk under all that?
So all classes, all categories under PWARA, the core component, the key component is AML CFT and Go AML compliance. So no virtual asset, no digital asset, no crypto, no investor without whitelisting, without KYC, AML CFT is allowed to work in this domain. So FATF has issued guidelines in 2024 to Pakistan to comply for issuing license of virtual asset service providers. So all those are called virtual asset service provider. For example, Binance, HTX, or if DigiEstate will apply license for PWARA, so we will get license as virtual asset service provider. So all exchange, issuing token issuers, or custodians, or brokerage, or derivative companies, all are virtual asset service providers, and they have to follow all rule books and regulations under PWARA. So the Securities Exchange Commission of Pakistan has the securities related rules and regulations and rule books, and PWARA will introduce soon the rule books and regulations for virtual asset service providers. So CDC is a conventional custodian. So for digital assets and virtual assets, to manage cold vaults and hot vaults, the custodian with virtual asset service provider license is needed. So the ecosystem is evolving and developing, and all such assets can be in the custody of custodian as licensed as a virtual asset service provider.
And where does central bank digital currency fit in all of this? CBDCs. I've heard a lot about it over the last few.
As per the Governor, State Bank of Pakistan last year, they have awarded the CBDC project to a Japanese company, and they are building Pakistan CBDC on a chain called Iroha. And we are hoping, in my personal view, by end of this financial year, we can get something on this front, CBDC. Recently, State Bank of Pakistan invited sandbox applications for stable coins, and they got a very good response all across Pakistan. It is estimated that over 50 to 60 companies applied for stablecoin license, and recently they issued sandbox licenses to 8 companies, including open banking and inward remittance and other stable coins, etc. So the Pakistanis, resident Pakistanis and non-resident Pakistanis have USDT and USDC. So they want to off-ramp their USDT and USDC, but they don't have any instrument, any bank account or any vehicle. So we expect that after getting license from sandbox testing from SBP, and PWRA will also introduce their sandbox soon. So the other virtual asset and digital asset service providers or potential service provider can apply and get sandbox licensing from PWRA. So we are expecting 2026 will be the promising year, and so many things will be coming up with respect to programmable economy.
So we had a VC boom. We had a lot of VC money coming in. The pandemic happened. There was a lot of booms and a lot more busts. And then last year, VC funding improved. One of the main sectors for which VC funding has improved is fintech. Now, I had I2I's Misbah and Kulsoom on my show a few months back, and they mentioned that one of the fields that they are excited about is how crypto can become a new frontier for attracting VC. So we were talking about off-ramp and on-ramp and how Binance, HTX, Coinbase are. But do you think that this ecosystem, as it grows, we could have funding and startups coming in for companies that can provide auxiliary services for this? So they can be on-ramp, they can be, any different services that can be part of the crypto ecosystem, the tokenization system.
In my opinion, the fintech space is getting attraction for VCs and investors locally and internationally. And as you rightly point out that in crypto space, in virtual and digital assets and the stable coins related space, the fintechs are doing good job right now, and they will be very much I would say in the limelight to the investors and VCs in the days to come. So all our fintechs are, all our digital banks, neobanks, fintechs are doing well. And the key component of this inward remittance through fintech is very much important and very significantly high for Pakistan as a nation. We can get our reserves of cryptocurrencies, USDT, USDC, through these fintech applications and fintech sandboxes and stable coins. So I'm seeing that in this year, a couple of VCs and investors will invest into this area.
You talked about remittances. When there was extreme volatility in the exchange rate, a lot of remittances started flowing in through USDT. Even now, I'm sure there are people who are transferring money through stable coins rather than through the official channels. So even if Hawala Hundi is under control by the authorities, there is a possibility that remittances are coming in through stable coins. So do you think by regulating this ecosystem and by regulating stable coins, this will also provide a boost to our remittances, the official numbers of our remittances?
Yeah, it will give a very larger boost. So as soon as the PWRA and State Bank of Pakistan will finalize the acceptance and eligibility of all crypto assets, the virtual assets, and they will finalize the regulations and rule books. So government of Pakistan will get inward remittances all across the world in shape of USDT, USDC, and other crypto also.
And if we have a USDT and other cryptocurrency stable coins as reserves, so the way remittances boost our dollar reserves, they could be boosting our crypto reserves.
So we can build, the government of Pakistan can build their own sovereign fund, the crypto fund, or the basket of like we have the pool of foreign currency reserve, we can have the crypto reserve. So the government is doing work, and hopefully this year it will be shown with the progress.
So, do you think this year would be the year that crypto would officially be legally, we can trade in crypto legally? Because even though a lot of progress has been officially legally, we have 30-40 million users of crypto account holders potentially, but it's still not legal, not officially.
So I'm very much optimistic that government has to do this year because the pace and the promise through Pivara is really promising, and hopefully by mid-June and during this budget, a couple of things will be formalized through budget related with these new asset class, the virtual asset, the digital asset, the tax implications, and the dealing with the crypto assets held by Pakistanis, resident Pakistanis or non-resident Pakistanis, or inward remittances. So this can be tackled in the upcoming budget, and by that budget, all will be sorted out. This I'm very much positive for this.
Here's hoping. Thank you so much for coming to my show, sir. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you very much. So nice of you.